Yo, what it up? What it do? What it up? What is it? What's up? What's good? Everybody, welcome back. Today we got another SCP. Today's SCP was requested by the Triple OG himself, Mr. Fluffy Panda. I see you, my dude.
What time is it?
Oh, it's 3 a.m.
3 a.m.?
I gotta go do the thing.
Richard.
Helen, I have to do this.
I see you. Today's SCP that we're going to be looking at is SCP-001. It's another rendition of it by SCP Illustrated. I haven't seen this one, so we're going to get into it right now.
Terminal 3 transmission recording from researcher Aaron Murphy. My colleague Martha has recommended that I make a recording of the events that led up to where we are now. She thinks it will be good for me to talk. If not to a person, then at least something. Watch, observe, and warn. That's pretty much what we do here at this observation point. We are just one of 4 identical sites
Watch, observe,
for continuous
warn.
observation of SCP-179. Due to the inherent nature of our responsibilities, self-sustaining capabilities are a must. The dishes might be above, but the actual sites are underground in bomb-proof bunkers equipped with both agricultural facilities and synthetic protein processors, so that we won't go hungry. Our sites have to be fully staffed and functioning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Dang.
Not even a second must be wasted.
Not even a
179's
second.
Movements are a critical warning system for the Foundation. It's because of her that the Earth has been saved numerous times. But things are different now. And that last movement, that final image, it's burned into my mind. I was on watch duty along with several other colleagues. Our main satellite relayed a crystal clear image of 179, her arm still pointed at that blasted storm on Jupiter. We also had a second satellite in close proximity to 179 in case she spoke. It was able to analyze and translate.
So this
her
is
words.
dealing with
It had been a couple of years since her last
SCP-179.
movement, but this was par for the course. The record so far, according to our logs, was close to 10 years before she moved again. I was sipping my coffee when I noticed it. Her arms didn't move, but her face shifted.
Drawing on her face, bro.
To confusion and then distress. It wasn't until her arm dropped that the entire site went on full alert. We were used to arm shift.
I gotta look up 179 because I don't know everything about this one.
This was different. She wasn't pointing at anything. Then she turned away. Jason immediately jumped up from his chair and ran to an emergency terminal to alert the O5. This was new and undocumented. Never before had 179 moved in such a way. Everyone around was in full panic, trying to make sense of what was happening. Books were thrown open, documents were spread out, data logs were accessed. Everything
She
was
going
being
hostile?
used to try and discern what was going on. But me, I didn't budge. She had her back to the satellite that streamed the live feed to our site. She faced the sun, who she referred to as her brother. She then began moving again, but not pointing. Her arms gestured as though she was speaking to her brother, the sun. I didn't consider myself a leader or anyone special with authority.
Oh, I think I get it now. I think I'm getting it now. So, that's the sun that hates. You know, the sun that turns everybody into those flesh things in 001. I think that sun is this sun. And it's her brother.
But I felt this needed full attention. I raised a hand and yelled, "Everyone!"
It's a nice twist.
The chaos around me froze. Silence filled the room, and everyone was now watching the live feed. They could see exactly what I was seeing. Jason was still talking, relaying information to the O5. 179's gestures became more erratic, almost as if she was arguing. Her fists clenched up. To me it seemed that she was shouting at the sun. This went on for a few more minutes before she stopped moving. Her head hung low, as though to indicate she had lost this argument. Then she turned back to the camera, still not looking up. The entire site gasped when she raised an arm and pointed at the sun. She raised her head to face the satellite, and I could see the pain etched on her face. There was no question as to what this meant.
What did it mean?
SCP-179 now regarded the sun itself, her brother, as a threat to humanity. I'll never forget what I saw next. When you work at one of the observation posts for SCP-179, you need to know two things: how to live underground for long periods of time, and how to read lips in French. Thankfully,
You gotta be underground, bro, otherwise you're gonna turn into one of those meat things.
One single word. A word now entirely necessary for the plight.
Man, this is kind of crazy, bro. It's like moments before a disaster. Like right there when she's pointing and looking at the camera, it's like, yo, y'all gotta go. She's trying to warn them. Like, she's looking back, she's like, I can't stop this guy. You guys gotta go underground, otherwise you're all gonna die. Basically, it's tense because it's crazy. Because knowing what comes after, you're just like, dang, bro.
Find ourselves in. Cacher. Hide. She began stringing several sentences together, but as fluent as I am, I can't lip read another language that fast. It would take another 13 minutes before the translation would come through, so all we had for the time being was that one word. Hide.
Dang.
Once she finished her last sentence, she dropped her head and her arm and curled up into a ball. And then it hit her. She burned a fierce orange as the sun's light scorched her.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard to describe.
Disintegrated.
She just came apart. Like dry sand being thrown in the air. 1 minute she was there, and then she was gone. Reduced to a cloud of dust and particles. The entire site went into emergency lockdown.
Yep. All y'all about to get melted. All of y'all about to get melted.
No one knew what to do. Jason said that the O5 ordered everyone to stay in the site until further notice, which was super easy.
That's insane.
We were used to staying put.
Because they don't know. They don't know what that thing is.
Mary suggested that we switch one of the monitors over to the outside surveillance so we could see if any possible relief would be coming. The main monitor, though, held only the image of the now designated threat. We all crowded around the surveillance monitor, watching two guards stand outside a decoy building to fool any would-be intruders. We waited for a while, hoping
until they became the intruders.
And boy, we were so wrong. One of the guards looked at his hand, and then he just collapsed, followed by the other one the exact same way. They just kind of melted, reduced to a kind of soup in their own clothes. Then they sort of blended into each other and slithered away.
Oh god.
Next, all the birds began to fall from the sky, and tiny particles of flesh began to appear as all the insects and the bugs began to turn. The ground was moving, with thousands of fleshy, snake-like things all melting into each other. Everything then took on a very warm hue as the sky turned a burnt amber, like a sandstorm was upon us. I looked around. Everyone was panicking.
Oh my
Nobody
gosh.
was taking action. Everyone was forgetting who they were. And I guess I had to be the one to remind everyone. We are researchers of the SCP Foundation. I called everyone to order once more, reminding them we had a job to do. Sanity slowly returned in the process. It didn't take us long to put the pieces together. 179's warning to hide could only mean to hide from the sun. It was the sunlight. Jason immediately ran back to the emergency terminal and informed the O5 of this information. We could tell that he was receiving a reply, but it certainly wasn't the kind of reply he or anyone else wanted to hear. A few minutes passed and he slowly stepped away from the terminal. He turned to the rest of us and said, "It's everywhere."
It's everywhere, bro.
2 years later...
2
and
years
here we are.
later. Dang. Is anybody still alive 2 years later? I would imagine the whole world has turned into flesh. The mountains, flesh.
Just waiting now. Our systems are starting to deteriorate now.
Waiting for what?
Primarily the communication lines. Our on-site engineer topped himself only a couple of weeks in after finding out his family would... Well... We only get scraps of information now. A few members of the O5 are still out there, trying to fix this. They've tried a few different experiments, but nothing so far has worked.
I don't think you can fix something like that.
Chatter that suggests they are falling back on a last resort, the final option to make things right again. A number of people here have already given up, and I don't blame them. I don't even argue anymore. I just ask that they do it quietly, so the things outside can't hear us. Knowing what is coming, though, I can't help but find myself wondering, what's the point? What is the point in any of this anymore? I'll leave you with the final recording we received from 179. For all she did for us, I truly hope she found peace. Aaron Murphy, 179 Observation Site 2, signing off. Terminal 3, transmission end.
Hide. You must hide. By the time you hear this, it will already have happened. My brother, something is wrong. He is broken. I don't understand what is happening. He is not himself. The ripples I once saw in the wake of the approaching monsters are gone, diminished by the waves coming from Zoel. I cannot stop this, and neither can you. You must hide. Stay away from my brother's light. It will corrupt you. It will corrupt all life. And not just here, but every world. Every world that can see him will see his light and feel his rage. I have failed the others, and I have failed you, and I have failed our home. I'm sorry.
Bruh.
And that concludes...
That was kind of sad, bro. A lot of these recently have been sad more than anything. Not crazy. I mean crazy, but not crazy. You know, not like eating people crazy. No, but this one definitely. It's like I said before, the moments before disaster. It's like the Foundation was unsuspecting. They had no idea. They thought the sun was just the sun. Apparently, it was an anomaly, and her brother, and it broke somehow. The sun that it became the sun that hates, and it ended up killing her and turning everybody on Earth into those flesh things. This was a nice spin on 001. I liked it. I liked it a lot. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed for more reactions like this. It helps the channel grow. Without further ado, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.